Welcome back, Yappers. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Alex.
And this is Bo. She decided that she wanted to join in on this episode.
One thing that I want to talk about is how it was growing up with all the advances technology, because social media plays a role. And I grew up kind of on two sides of the coin, where my mom wanted me to grow up outside and play in dirt and play in a sandbox, but as a kid and as a full-grown adult, I always wanted the newest Xbox or PlayStation.
Doesn't every kid want the newest everything?
Right. But for whatever reason, my demands were always met. So I grew up loving technology and being fascinated by it.
What year were you born in?
1998.
98. I was born in 99. I spent most of my childhood outside. I definitely had the Nintendo DS, PlayStation, TV. We had a house computer.
Right.
The one with the big box in the back.
Brain
and
or
the
whatever.
Tower.
Yeah.
As a kid, I would have much rather been playing outside or at the park, going for walks and meeting up with the neighborhood kids. And technology was really cool and I had a lot of fun with it, but it wasn't as bad as it is now as an adult, where I'm painfully addicted to my phone. Growing up alongside the advancement of technology is so surreal. Because I was 8 years old when the very first iPhone came out. And I remember it was this brand new concept. How can you make an iPod Touch make phone calls? And then growing up and seeing TVs get flatter and flatter and computers get flatter and Bluetooth and wireless. It's so weird how fast everything advanced and how we became more addicted to the internet as we got older than when we were children. And now the younger generations are growing up with all of this internet, and it's arguably worse, I would say, because they don't have the same childhoods we did, where we would have rather been outside. They grew up with screens in their face, and it's all they know.
Is it something where while you're growing up, you wish you were outside more, or is it something you look back at and now you regret you weren't?
Oh, I definitely don't regret it.
No, regret that you weren't outside more.
I feel like I was...
Had a healthy mix?
Yeah, I think so. I think my parents were really good at making sure that we weren't too addicted to the screens, because they're really... At least back then for me, there wasn't a whole lot of screens to be addicted to.
Yeah.
And parents were very strict about screen time. At least my parents were. They made sure that we didn't watch too much TV, but we also weren't restricted. So
right, because I think it's different for parents nowadays compared to when we were kids, that parents nowadays have this access to so much more technology. Everything is more embedded in technology. So personally, for me at least, I feel they don't really have a choice in some matters. So for example, when COVID hit and everything went online, that probably opened up a whole new door of opportunities for schools to be well, we can get away with, cutting cost, and then we can save money. I feel parents nowadays don't really have as much of a choice when, deciding what they want to do. I mean, there is a healthy boundary you can create with kids. Let's play your newest Call of Duty or your newest video game of whatever it might be, and then okay, while we do that, let's just play outside for an hour. Because I think when we were kids, there was always a commercial you need 15 minutes of outside time.
Get some vitamin D.
Yeah, some vitamin D. Very important for the body. Get them outside when you can, but also I feel a lot of people judge parents too much too, because sometimes these kids all they know is technology, and all you grow up with technology. So when you're hey, let's completely break your routine and habit all of a sudden because we have people telling us to, and then you fight with that kid and they're yelling or screaming or even worse, hitting, because some kids have really bad, mental health problems, stuff like that. So it just becomes a question of what is that healthy boundary?
Well, the thing is it is an addiction. Screen addiction really is a thing. And when it's
that blue light that they put in there. And I hate to say it, conspiracy theory a little bit, but I feel companies just put it in there, Facebook, for example.
That's why I like to have dark mode, because I don't know.
I love dark mode.
I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but the dark mode is a lot easier.
Well, it's just so nice on the eyes. Even at work, I have night mode put on because I work nights. So I have night mode put on.
It's a lot easier on the eyes.
Yeah, it's that yellow greenish, and I'm oh, this saves me a ton.
I definitely know the pain of when you have this bright screen.
Yeah.
And this
or
dark
a bright
room.
light right there that's flashing at
Listen, when I upgrade the studio and have better lighting, then you won't have to worry about being blinded.
Hey,
okay?
you know what? I'm already blind if I take my glasses off. So.
I don't have kids, so I don't want to judge parents.
Yeah.
But I also know that when you only ever give screens to a developing brain, like a developing child.
Yeah.
You're setting them up for addiction. And on TikTok the other day, I seen a mother that was changing her baby's diaper, and he
Right.
was just holding an iPad the whole time.
I know that's not good, but also as someone who's like watched nieces and been like, you know, side note, been a foster parent, stuff like that, like having them be distracted because they kick. I can like sympathize, you know, for the parent.
I can't judge because I don't have kids, so I'm not judging parents. Ultimately, as a childless person, my opinion really kind of falls flat. It's very touchy, especially when you don't have kids, to have an opinion on how kids are raised. I can only speak from my personal experience, how like it was really easy for us who were born, you know, in the early 2000s or like the late 1990s, like we were, to have that healthy balance because we didn't have as advanced of technology back then as we do now.
Right.
And we will never know what it's like to be a kid in this day and age. We know as adults how addicted we are to our screens.
Yeah,
but we're not children, so we don't know.
We have that capability, that emotional regulation of like, hey, this is too much.
We had both experiences, and we can decipher, like, okay, we've had enough.
I'll work 8 hours. You know, I work in a call center-esque environment, so I stare at a screen for 8 hours a day, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go play video games for 8 hours.
Oh my God.
You know,
I don't know how you do that.
And maybe that explains like glasses, but point being is that like sometimes I will be like, hey, you know, I'll play video games for a little bit, but even then, like, there's just, we know for sure, like, hey, I'm starting to feel sick, or I don't feel okay, or I know this isn't okay, let's cut it off, compared to kids who aren't fully developed and don't have that emotional regulation.
Yeah, and also making sure that there's like parental controls on their
devices. Because
there's
so much stuff out there.
So there's not content that they're consuming that they shouldn't be. Right now, actually, I've been really trying to stay off of TikTok because of everything that's going on in today's world, because it's important to be informed and it's important to stay educated, and that way you know what to expect and what to look out for. But sometimes it can be too much, and like sometimes you just need a brain break. And so I've been really trying to like watch more Netflix or watch more YouTube. My TikTok personally is so like politically like saturated that I just...
It's also brain rot. She sends me brain rot like 24/7.
You send me more brain rot than anybody.
Listen, the Pigeon Doctor is amazing.
I still don't understand it.
I don't understand it too. It's so stupid but funny.
It's very stupid. If the kids don't have parental controls on their devices and they're consuming content that they shouldn't be, then that's when it becomes a problem, because you don't want your 5-year-old kid going to school and being like, I saw somebody get bombed today.
Yeah, right. Growing up with technology myself, I don't know how other people are, but like there is so much I probably shouldn't have seen as a kid, you know?
Oh, same. Yeah.
And like just having the access to it. So I guess my question is like, where does the responsibility lie with the parental controls of like, should these companies be regulating it more? Should it be on the parents? Should it be... I feel like it should be a combo of both, you know? But it really just depends, like, what is the perimeters for parental control?
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of difficult because, like, if there's adult people that are putting out stuff that is meant for adults, they can't really control if it gets in the hands of a child. I would argue that the internet is for adults as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think children are very smart, and they will stumble upon, you know, things they shouldn't.
They're growing up with technology.
Yeah,
they know.
especially now when
there's such
hard
ease
to
of
avoid.
access. Like, even just tablets, cell phones, you can look whatever up.
I don't think that it should be really on whoever's posting the content. If your target audience is children, then I would say that's a different story. Like, for us, we're obviously not catered to children, so we're not going to sit here and baby-proof our podcast to make sure that some 7-year-old doesn't stumble upon it and learn what the word fuck means.
Right, but if they are, like, hey, how are you? Hope school's going good.
Stay in school, please.
Yeah, right.
I personally think it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that your child is like monitored on their internet access.
I agree and disagree, because like there's so much like apps out there that can help. For example, my niece, she has an iPad. She really loves drawing. So she'll draw, but then her parents have a control, like she can only do it for like an hour a day, and then she needs to go play with like toys. So those are the kind of things I need.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't really think it's up to the content creator to be, you know, responsible for what they're putting out. It's more like these companies that are, you know, offering a platform need to be like, okay, let's, you know, censor this. This isn't what our parental control is. So to me, I think it's both parties need to have some sort of responsibility, because, for example, like I know on YouTube Kids, if you just are like, hey, I'm a kid-friendly show, and then you upload a couple, and then you upload something fucked up, then that's a whole different
They're going to
story.
stumble upon it.
Yeah, exactly. So why aren't we having better content review of what's online to help control, not necessarily control the media, but control what kids are watching to make sure it's appropriate?
I think that healthy balance is really important for kids right now, because I know with them growing up in such a technologically advanced
Right.
world, needing to know how to use and navigate these tools, because there's no way to avoid it right
Yeah.
now, especially with the rise of AI.
There are people who can make videos of themselves. Like there's this one guy I saw either on Facebook or TikTok or something, and he was one person and then he switched his whole body to be another. I think that's called like deep fakes or whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't like them doing anything weird. It's just showing the power of AI.
I definitely got fooled by an AI video a while ago. There was this trend going around of women calling their boyfriends their husbands to see how they would react.
Sure.
And it was this video of this couple. Turns out that whole video was AI, and it looked so real. And I didn't know that it was AI until I scrolled a little more, and they were like, yeah, this AI video. I was like, that was AI? Are you kidding me?
Right.
Like,
Or-
sometimes it's easy to tell, but sometimes it's not. And that's what really scares me, is
I
that,
know.
like,
I'm going to get scammed when I'm older. I'm
kinda-
worried I'm going to get scammed by AI.
I kind of feel like how older people,
Yeah.
like when that phone scam was going around, they would call and they would say, like, can you hear me? Because they would take your voice and
Oh,
use that
yeah,
to authorize
yeah.
purchases online. And old people fell for that. I feel like we're gonna be victims of
Oh,
AI.
100%.
Especially kids these days,
Yeah.
growing up with it.
I work at a PBM, which is just pharmacy insurance. AI callers will call in, and then they will have background noise. The background noise is consistent with everyone because, like, they're going to use the same thing, right? And then they sound like a real person, and they will actually respond in real time to you. And the thing that you have to keep in mind is that there's certain like cues they do on every single one. And working in a call center so long, like if you were new to the call center, I genuinely think you couldn't tell. Like that's how crazy it is. But being in a call center for a few years now, like I can tell when something's a fake call.
Are they like trying to scam?
From my understanding, with these AI helpers, so to speak, is that they are trying to gather benefit information to determine eligibility. They are asking for protected health information from these patients, and we don't know as a company, is your stuff encrypted? Is it secure? And once I figure out it's an AI, I'll just be like, hey, I'm disconnecting this call because it's AI. I hang up and I leave it be. So like, it just goes to show how far AI has come, and it makes me really like, how much further can we go?
And with how fast it advanced too, in just a matter of months,
Yeah.
is scary. It's only a matter of time before somebody uses it as a scam.
Did you ever see that one video of like the bunnies jumping on the trampoline?
Yes, it was so cute, but that was obviously AI.
I didn't know it was.
Really?
I also watched it when I was like half asleep. So I was just sleeping in bed. I was like, oh, that's cute.
Cute bunnies.
Yeah, cute bunnies. I love that. I like it. It's just scary like to see how much AI has come, you know?
Yeah, well, and I was really haunted to find out that AI uses so much water.
We only got one planet, guys.
All these app updates like Facebook and Instagram,
Or
they
just-
have AI installed. You literally
Yeah.
cannot avoid it. So it's like, what am I to do?
And it makes me wonder, like, is there a button to like turn off the settings for AI? Which I don't think
so.
there is. I can't really help what's going on, so it makes me feel kind of helpless. But we just need to be like, maybe we use a lot of water for AI. Let's like not, litter. I know that seems silly to say, but like there are still people who do it. I mean, there's still people who pick up trash. So it's just like we need to be conservative of these resources before we, make all these advancements.
Just makes me worry about future generations and how they're going to handle all the issues that we're seeing on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis that are just getting worse over time.
We just need that healthy balance between technology and being outside, knowing when to take a break and prioritizing ourselves over advancements,
Yeah. Definitely prioritizing your mental health and knowing that it's okay to be educated and it's good to stay informed, but it's also very important to take a break, relax, go touch grass,
Definitely go touch grass.
read a book. Read a book.
I will take your advice. I'll go read a book tonight.
Okay, bye.